you safe and sound after all this time.
Words spill out of your mouth. You wish you were someone else. I miss you, but I know you miss your old self too. Silver once golden.
I need inspiration, don't need no validation, no more medication, just stress some meditating. I don't need you to save me, feel like all of you hate me. Everything's been so hard with all the situations lately. I just need to numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain. I just wanna numb the pain. I just wanna run away. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain. Well, maybe I'm done, maybe I've lost. Still putting up a fight because I love my mom, I love my family. When I was young, they would all look after me. I don't know why, but I feel like a burden. I spent my life overthinking my purpose. I can't really cry, I'm so used to the hurt. Trauma keeps flipping me at the wrong moment. I just wanna numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain. I just need to numb the pain. the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in face. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. The zero gravity, they got us a quick change, so we like them in face. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. Born in the darkness, fight for the light. If this ever die, I'ma fight for my life. Keep fighting on, listen, keep fighting on. We keep moving up, you can't hold us up. So high, I'm up above the clouds. So high, I can't see the ground. So high, I ain't coming down. So no, I ain't ever coming down. Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in face. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. The zero gravity, they got us a quick change, so we like them in face. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me.
baseline gonna make man shut up.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. And need an old man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. So done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need an old man. Back and I'm better. You had to go back where you came from, now you're bitter. Out of sight, out of mind for real. Yeah, I wouldn't wanna be you for real. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. An old man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. So done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need an old man.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to ember. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a dog. They don't want it, yeah. They scared of what I know. Told you the budget, yeah. I gotta get my own. Shout out my bros, this right here deserves a toast, yeah. A lot of people back home on my back and they know. Trying to get on my line, cause the people I know. Manifest this year, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. I'm on the way, tell them I don't play. Yeah, I'm on the move, trying to get my pay. I might just move on and watch and pray. Yeah, I'm on the way, I'm on my way. Yeah. Manifest this year, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a goat. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a goat. They don't want it, yeah. They scared of what I know. Told you the budget, yeah. I gotta get my own. Shout out my bros, this right here deserves a toast, yeah. A lot of people back home on my back and they know. Trying to get on my line, cause the people I know. Manifest this year, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. I'm on the way, tell them I don't play. Yeah, I'm on the move, trying to get my pay. I might just move on and watch and pray. Yeah, I'm on the way, I'm on my way. Yeah. Manifest this year, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a goat.
stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with. This life like kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, 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 and then I fall to be. Will you be there when I'm quick to say anything?
jam, all black, MZ, still screaming out that chain gang. When I'm bringing it to you, couple hits to the face. I know that I need time now, so I gotta go and find my way. Why they wanna move like that? Why they wanna move like that? Why you want gone? Why you want act like that? Why you play hard? Get girls but ain't a gallus. So shit but ain't a killer. I held a gun but ain't a killer. Can I keep it any realer?
Hey, I'm kind of glad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice. I miss you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about our love and how much I miss you. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days. Because I miss you. And I just thought of you. The idea of you listening to this. The thought of you on the other side of the line. I can't hang up. I don't want this to end. Not again. I don't know if you miss me too, but I hope you do. Even if things never go back to what we were, what I became so used to, what I thought would be forever.
as perfect, but I'm willing to try. Let me show you what I'm made of. I am so much more than my mistakes.
And I'm finally tired of all this telling by.
Never said that I was perfect, but I'm willing to try.
Let me show you what I'm made of. I am so much more than my mistakes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, should be updated now. Is it follower only? I never set it to follower only. I don't know why it would be. Thank you for the follow though. It's weird. See if I can fix that. Alright, I think that fixed it. Yeah, should be off. Oh. Thank you for telling me. Did not know. Appreciate it. what's going on, Carol? Not much, just working on Vlad's character again. What are you up to? This isn't quite rolling the way I want it to, though. I might go back to the modeling. Yeah, no problem. What's up? It's as far back as I'll let me go. Um, that's a good question. That might be up beyond my scope, to be honest. I'm not really sure I know how to do that. Yeah, I could definitely think about it. Like I said, I'm not really a character artist. Like, I usually do environment art and like props, and I'm working on like a plane and a motorcycle and stuff like that. This is doing character and like texture work for characters is still kind of new to me. I mean, I can sculpt and I can get the shape that I'm looking for, but when it comes to actually like doing something like that, I would have to like do some research and try and find out the answer for that one. Like this, I'll probably re-topologize it and then paint it later, but I'll just be straight painting it. I probably won't be doing any effects or anything on it. So that's like a little bit out of my scope. It's a cool idea. I like the idea. That would be cool. That would be awesome. Almost like a cyberpunk type of thing. Like an LED strip, like pulsating through the sleeve. That would be badass. There's a person that I watch who actually does characters. She comes in here sometimes, and I hang out in her stream too. It's Gloria the Animator. It's her username. I don't know if I can shout it out. I don't think I have a shout out for that. Like she does a lot of she does a lot of character work, and she'll actually like rig it and texture it and all that kind of stuff. She might be better at doing something like that, or she might know how to do something like that. Some cloth physics. Yeah, that would be cool too. Have it like realistic, like wrinkles and stuff like that. I honestly don't even know how to do a shout out. Bear with you. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. It did work. Yeah. She's actually a professional character artist. She also works with the Marvelous Designer. And she'll do like the cloth physics and stuff on her characters too. Yeah, definitely, man. Like she comes in here and she'll tell me how to fix some things too, and I'm just like, yeah, definitely, I'll try that. Because she's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and she actually like teaches classes and stuff on it. So yeah, she might be more knowledgeable about characters than I am. I typically do like just props and environment stuff. This is like stepping out of my comfort zone for me to do a character. I was doing a personal character of my own. Yeah, no problem. I'll let her know. But yeah, you can like check out a lot of her stuff on her page. She's got links to like her Instagram and all that stuff where she posts like all of her artwork and stuff. She's also on ArtStation still, I believe. She's got a bunch of stuff there too. But she would be the best one to ask about like character work. If you have an issue with like Blender or like modeling in general, then I can help with that. But as far as characters specifically, I'm not that big of an expert on it. Yeah, and I bet an Unreal Engine would probably be able to do something like that too. If you set something like a separate strip for the sleeve, or like a separate material for that part of the sleeve, and then tell Unreal Engine that you want colors pulsating through it, I'm willing to bet there's something that'll allow you to do that in Unreal, as long as it like knows where to put it and that kind of thing. But yeah, that would be cool. For glasses, kind of. Let's see. Here, we'll hide all this. So, what I know about glasses is like I'll typically go in here and either set it to glass, the glass BDSF, Textures would be different. If you're just doing it in Blender, then there's a separate way to do it. Because this would be it would just be local to Blender. Like if you exported it out, the materials from Blender wouldn't copy over. In order to do it on a texture and have it like translate into Unreal, you would either have to set it as transparent and then tell Unreal that that material is glass so that it can do refraction and reflection and stuff. But it kind of depends on like how you're doing it. But if your plan is to ultimately take it into Unreal or like another program and have it like as a texture, then you would have to make it transparent in I don't know, you wouldn't necessarily have to make it transparent in Blender, but you would have to basically mark it as where you're putting the glass so that later on you could tell it that that material is glass, if that makes sense. Because like in Blender, you can doesn't translate that great either. I don't have a thing set either. Is it? Yeah, you want it to be, when you're doing the textures, if you're going to export it out, you want it to tell that that glass part is reflective, like fully reflective. I don't do all the way reflective. Like if I'm going for a material and I have it on like say a principled BDSF, I'll take the roughness all the way down to like a 0.25, because glass is really reflective, but like you don't want it to be like super reflective, like 0.025 probably. And I'm trying to get like see, that's reflective, but it's not completely. It still has like a little bit of like blur around it, kind of. If that makes sense. Because if you set it to all the way, the roughness all the way down, then it makes the reflection too sharp. So you want it to have like that slight blur around the reflection, just to give it like a little bit more realism. And like to bring the alpha down, set. It's the alpha blend. And this is just like material preview. Like if I could get it color. That's what I was looking for. I'm an idiot. Image texture. Why is that super blurry? Okay, so the options for this, for like setting it to glass and stuff, are in the material. The little checkered sphere on the right side. Once you have your actual thing set up, if you don't have a material on it already, you have to hit new and just make a new material. And then I typically default to the principled BDSF. They have one that's pre-made for glass, and it works fairly well. And like, it also takes into the account the thickness that you make the glass to. So the glass one kind of is just like a default. You can set like the IOR, which is the index of refraction, which basically determines like how images are viewed through the glass. So if it's set to like 1, then it's just straight through. But if it's like 1.025, it gives it that little bit of refraction to it. And like the roughness also, or not the roughness, but the color can also be changed. But the glass one itself is kind of limited, in my opinion. So I try to use the principled because there's more options. So you can bring down the alpha. Bring up transmission. I usually just play around with it until I see something that looks fairly realistic. Yeah, in the glass options, it's also in the principled shader. You can also change the refraction also. You can set screen space. Where is it at? I know there's a direct setting for IOR. There it is. So you can also set the IOR right here on the principled BDSF. It's kind of hard to see. I'm terrible at doing this stuff like on the fly. As you can tell. The flowcharts and the shading tab. Flowcharts. What do you mean? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I could help a little. I'm not an expert, like I said before. I'm just I kind of put it in and then just start playing around with it and see what I can figure out. And like if it's just not working the way I want it to, then I'll refer to like YouTube or something and go find like a direct tutorial on it and then see what I'm missing and then kind of add on to that to try and give it like a little more realism. Like getting like the shading and stuff on the bottom of the glass is tricky too, to where it actually shows like a shadow for the glass and like the light refraction and stuff. Are you talking about the actual nodes for the shaders down here? Okay, yeah. This is just the actual material itself. It's the node for the material itself. And then this is what the output is. So whatever you plug into the material output is what you'll see in the viewport up at the top. And you can play around with it. You can add more stuff to it. Like if I add a, say if I take one of these like noise textures and I throw it, and I do this often for like smooth surfaces and stuff. I'll connect it to the roughness. And here I'll go back to the, you can actually pull it up from here too. Pull up another, nope, that's not what I want. I'll take this one, pull it up, turn it into the shader editor. That way I can see it in the main window. And I'll sit and tweak it. Yeah, this is, you can kind of see it like in the back there. Like it gives like a speckled kind of roughness. And then you can play with like the scale of it. Like the detail. So like if you want to make it look like a dirty glass or something like that with like just random smooth areas, then this will add like a little, that extra little bit of realism too. And I know it doesn't look realistic right now, but I mean you get the idea. Like it's just something extra you can throw on there, and it gives it that extra little bit of something. Here, I wonder if I'll throw a subdivision on it. It might help with smoothing it out a little bit. Like rounds off the edges. Here, we'll just hide that because that's not doing anything. Okay. So to get it like to looking like actual glass. Yeah, because sometimes it takes like a whole group of them. Like a lot of people will put in texture coordinates, and if you don't have UVs, they'll put in generated, and that just helps it like map out where it's gonna put the materials at. I don't know if I can get. Play around with it and see if I can get it to actually be looking at least somewhat realistic. Scale. This one, the bigger one. That's the principal BDSF. This is the noise that I'm inputting into it, and then this is the texture coordinate. That's basically telling it to just generate it onto the mesh. Or you can do it like object based, and it'll adjust based on like the shape of the object. And if you have UVs, then you can tell it to use the UVs as a texture coordinate. Okay. Okay. And then what I do when I'm in here is I just hit Shift A, and then you can look through all of the different nodes that you can add. And I've played around with making shaders a little bit too. I have some shaders on my website. There's the first and last nodes. Okay, the first node is a texture coordinate. And then the last node is the material output. This is the ultimate, what you'll see in the actual viewport. Whatever is connected to this will determine how you see it. Hey, Mello. Or Mel, I guess. The texture coordinate, you go, when you hit Shift A, you go to inputs, because it's a beginning input, and then you just go down to texture coordinate. I'm doing good. Doing good. Just working on, I was working on Vlad's, character, and then I stopped for a little bit to help out play. And you might not get like the perfect result for this. You may have to like UV it and actually paint on the spots that you want. But I was starting playing for these nodes. I don't know. There's some tutorials on YouTube for making like realistic looking glass, and like they help you they'll help you create like the shadows underneath the glass and like the reflection of the light onto the surfaces around the glass to give it like more realism, especially with something like actual glasses, like sunglasses and stuff. It might be a little bit simpler. I mean, you might just need to make it that particular part of the mesh reflective. Like I said, just straight roughness. Just make it shiny and have it. I suggest putting it to 0.025 because that's usually how I make my glass look. It makes it really reflective, but it also, like if you're up close to it, there's a little bit of haze around the reflection, which gives it more realism. because it's not gonna be like perfectly sharp reflections. Yeah, for sunglasses, like it's a little bit easier because you can just basically do this, just with these two nodes, the principal BDSF and then the material output that it's connecting to. Set the roughness to how shiny you want it, and then just change the color of the glass and like the tint. And then once you have the color changed, you can bring the alpha up a little bit. What is it, the alpha? Hold on. It's one of them. Hold on. I just had it a little while ago. Where was it at? I just changed the color on it. Yeah, now I've confused myself. I had it where I could change the color. Oh, well, I mean, it's a little more tricky because this one has more settings on it. If you use just the glass one though, which would also work for just sunglasses, then you could just change the color of that and like make it darker like that. And then you can also still have the roughness set to 0.25. It's still see-through, but it gives you that dark sunglasses color. If that makes sense. And then you can change the refraction on it. For sunglasses, like it's gonna be a thin lens, so you want it closer to 1. 1 is perfectly see-through. Like if it's super dark. Like something like that. But if you change it to like 1.045, I think it was, or 1.025, then it kind of like curves the very edges a little bit on the glass. You can kind of see it like right there. Kind of. I have to bring it up. Like it kind of it curves the refraction of the glass a little bit, just a little bit. RGB, light path, glass BDSF, refraction BDSF, and make sure they're in addition to texture, coordinate, and material. Oh, okay. Yeah, like some of that stuff is redundant. Like the glass BDSF will do. It does the refraction for you with the IOR. So the refraction BDSF, it's doing it, but like you can also do it right here. And then the RGB, I mean, you can just control like the color, like I said, like from right here, and it'll give you the tint that you want. You can even change it to like green or something. So you can eliminate the RGB. Light path you might be able to use. I've never actually used the light path node. I don't know if that would help any or not. I don't even know where it's at, to be honest. Isn't it back there? Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, that might help for if you were like setting up a scene. Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. But yeah, like, I mean, like even something like this, even with this, you can still do the texture thing that I was talking about. Oh, not image texture. Hold on. Like a noise texture. And then feed that into this roughness. And it'll work the same way. You'll still get that splotchy, like dirty kind of look too, if you want to add that in. And like it's a little tricky to play with. You can also do this, throw in like a color ramp, and you can like sharpen up the areas that you want to have this stuff in, if that helps. Give it some detail, add some roughness to it, something like that. Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, I do what I can. I like helping. Yeah, definitely, dude. Like this is the kind of stuff that I've played with before. Like I'm still not an expert at it. I still have to refer to like tutorials and stuff. But like I've along the way I've picked up little things where I'm like, oh, that just that one little thing like adds like an extra little bit of realism to it. And then like even if you go in and paint on everything, like the little roughness splotches or like say fingerprints or something like that, just to add like a little bit of realism to it. You can still throw in something like a color ramp in between the texture and the shader, and like play around with like how much the fingerprint actually affects it, which is pretty cool. And it'll actually change the texture that you painted on or the texture that you applied to it. So you can make it look like it's all foggy or frosty. And this, I believe, can be animated. Don't quote me on that, but like you can actually have it look like it's fogging up, I believe. There's a way to do it, I'm sure. But that might also be something else to look into. And then whatever shader you put on here, like this, I could actually bake the roughness map and stuff like that out to a texture also. As long as you're in cycles for the rendering engine, because Eevee you can't bake anything yet. They haven't implemented baking in Eevee yet, so it has to be in cycles to bake out like textures. Oh yeah, like having your like the VTuber thing that you were talking about, having some like skin textures and stuff on it, that would be awesome. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it, dude. And then if you want to like tweak it afterwards, or if you want to change something with it, um, or improve something on it, then I can help with that too. Because like seeing the end product of like what you have done, and then if you want to like adjust something or tweak something so that it looks a little bit better or not, then I can help with that too. Because in that way I'll be able to see what you're working with. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I can't wait to see it. I have a tough time with glass too, though. But I mean, having it as a like shades or something like that, like you can just crank it down almost to the point where it's not even see through, and then just use that. Yeah, exactly. I feel that. So having like the skin textures on it would look really good. Having the like the cloth material textured onto it too, that'll look awesome. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it, dude. I was thinking about that too. Actually, I was thinking about doing a VTuber uh, character. I don't always like being on camera. It's nice to have the VTuber thing up and then be able to step away for a minute and then come back and like it's not. I'm not like off camera or anything. Either that or just like you said before, just be like in my underwear. Transition glasses that are a little darker, but you can still see the eyes behind it. Yeah. And this, I don't know if it is. I don't know if I'm actually doing it right, but um, I don't know if it is see through right now. I know when it's actually rendering cycles, like it's showing up a little more. Like something like that. But it's not really showing on here. Oh, because it's set to opaque. Opaque. There we go. Yeah, now you can kind of see it, but it's just a material preview, so it doesn't really do the full glass look like that does. And then I guess go up and tweak the roughness. And I think multi-scatter actually works better for glass, if I'm not mistaken. Try a different thing. Well, if you're interested. A Vroid model? I don't think I've heard of that. With the VTuber software. What is the VTuber software? Because I have never gotten into that stuff. You could probably do the animations too in Blender. That's what Gloria, the person I was talking about earlier, she did her VTuber thing in Blender also. She did like all the animations and everything and the face rig and all that stuff for it too. Because before she was doing the same thing where she had just a 2D image, and then she got a better laptop and was able to actually do the full VTuber thing. So she made a full 3D model and then animated it and like rigged it and everything for VTubing. VC face, magic mirror, and others. Okay. Yeah, she was doing that before because her laptop before didn't cut it. Like, I mean, she was doing what she could with it, but like it just didn't have enough power to do the full 3D VTuber thing. So she was doing the same thing. She had just an image, and then it was a 2D animated image at one point, and then I think right when she got her new laptop, she animated the 2D image or a 2D image, and was doing that for a little while until she finished the actual full 3D VTuber model that she has now. And now she's like slowly like improving on that too. I think she's doing a better version of it now. I think she kind of threw something together. Yes, she's a VTuber now. Because she was like, I'm a 3D artist and I'm an animator. Why wouldn't I? And she doesn't use the camera, so she's like, why wouldn't I just have a 3D VTuber model and like make my own animations and all that stuff for it? So yeah, she's set everything up for herself already for VTubing, and she did it pretty quickly too, like within a span of like I think like a week. And I'll probably, if I see her again, I'll probably ask her like what the workflow from Blender to the VTuber software is, because that's what I'm a little shady on. And I have another character. I was thinking about using the other character or just building a new one. Okay, yeah, then that's fine. But yeah, if you get a hold of her, if you're able to talk to her, she's very friendly. She's more than happy to tell you like how she was able to get it working. I have another character that I was working on. See if I can pull it up. But that's it. Yeah. Okay. I think this is the yeah. So this is the one I was working on before. And I have it rigged and everything, and I posed it and all that. And then I made like a little environment for it to sit in. It's using an HDRI map to a sphere, basically. And I do that so that it actually looks like it's standing on the ground. But I was thinking of using this too. Exactly. Luigi is my favorite character out of the two. And I even did this for his eyes. This is actually it's an actual procedurally generated shader for his eyeballs. So like this is what it looks like. Oh, that's the textured one. Hold on. Let me pull up the actual procedural one. Because the outside is textured and then the inside is actually procedural. So if I go to the iris, I made an actual shader for it. And then this is what the actual shader for the eyeball, or like the iris and the cornea and stuff is. So like I went in there and played with it and like added the color ramps and like all that stuff. And I watched a couple tutorials showing like how to get like some of these different things, like the different stuff in the eyes. Like say if I change this right here, I believe it changes like the shadows on the outside of the eyes. And then like if I change this one, it changes the thickness of the actual cornea lines. And then some other stuff like you can, I don't know, I don't remember what other stuff tweaks it, but you get the idea. Yeah, see, like I can change the amount. Same with this one, I can change like the curviness of it. And I can just sit and play around with it. Same with the colors, like I can actually change the color of the eye itself. Like make it like a red. And then make this like a green. Yeah, that no problem, dude. Like I mean, if you want to use it, I don't know if I could actually get everything on screen at once. I think I have it. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up something real quick. I don't know if that's the same version. Projects. I think this is it. Okay, yeah, this is it. All right, let me switch over. Blender. Okay, so this is the full procedural eye. The outside is procedural and the inside is procedural. So like this is for the outside where like the red veins and stuff are that I made. It's this. This is the layout for it. Yeah, I could screenshot it. I appreciate it, man. And it does like the full I gotta put a freaking thing on this. Hold on. Where's it at? Of course, there it is. So it does like the full refraction and everything too. Like, so when you look at it from like the side, it like warps the image so it actually looks like an eye and it reacts like an eye. Like, I love this thing. It's I actually got this the outside of it from a tutorial, and the version that they have, like, the veins are like everywhere, and like they were too thick, and like if you look at the normal eye, it has it's thicker towards the back, like back here, and then it thins out as it gets closer to the whites. So I had to tweak it so that it would do that. I also wanted to get it to where like it was kind of had like some swirls around it because they're not perfectly straight. So I had to play around with like how it looks, and like different ones like pop out more than others too. I didn't want them all to be the same, so I played around with that too. So yeah, it came out like really nice. Like, it works really well. And like you can see it doing the refraction even in like Eevee. And this is just real-time rendering too, which is fucking awesome. I love this thing. And then the actual iris, like you saw before, was this. Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I had to, for Luigi, I had to darken up this area because I didn't darken it when I actually put it up for on my website or whatever, but it has like the shape and everything, and like typically, unless you're gonna pop the eye out, you don't need like all that extra stuff back here. Um, it just needs to have like that pinkish color and then like a darker red back here, and like if I was gonna have it to where it was popping out, then I would model like some extra stuff back here for like the actual eye itself. But yeah, it works really well. Like, I was so happy with it when I finally like tweaked it to the way I wanted it. And again, you can like change the colors, like different layers of the colors too. It's not just one part of the eye. And you can just make it like full on blue if you wanted to. It's really fun to play with. But yeah, I can send it to you. I can even if you wanna, you have a Discord, like a Discord server and stuff. I can send you this actual file, the actual blend file. Okay, so you do have like a username on Discord, so like I could message you. Okay, I can send you that actual file because that would be easier than like trying to take a screenshot and like recreate it and stuff. Play console. Okay, hold on. Let me add. Hmm. Okay, so it's at the beginning of it. Uh, okay. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, shit. Hold on. There it goes. Alright, you should be getting it. There you go. Alright. And hold on a second. I will set up a transfer thing. Agree. Transfer link. Where is it at? There it is. Alright. And there you go. That'll have everything that I just opened up and showed you on the Blender. So basically what you're looking at right now is what should pop up on your Blender. No problem, man. Like I said, I enjoy helping other people. If I know something that somebody else needs help with, then I'm always willing to help. If I don't know, then I'll probably usually go do some research on it and then come back and try and help them with it. But yeah, like I mean, if this helps you get like the VTuber thing set up, because this is like really low poly, it's real time, so it's not like super dense or anything either. So you could actually probably just stick this into your VTuber character and be good. I don't know how that translates to the other softwares though, so it might be a little tricky baking them out. But as far as like just Blender, like this, if you're doing like a scene or like a render or whatever, like this works perfectly fine. But it might be a little tricky to get it like into the actual VTuber. So you might have to play around with like the baking settings and stuff like that. Hell yeah. And like it's not I actually had to bake the outside of this for Luigi. I still haven't figured out how to get the inside baked and have it still do the same thing. So it's like I said, it's kind of tricky getting the actual textures baked out and have it look the same way. I'm still trying to figure that out because I'd love to be able to bake this out as a texture and have it look exactly the same, and then like send it over to somewhere like Unreal or like in the VTuber software, or even post this on like Sketchfab or something. She knows I'm always. She knows I'm always learning, so that I. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I know that, man. Like, I've seen you helping other people. I appreciate your help, man. Like, I mean, without everybody else's help, I wouldn't have made affiliate as quick as I did. So yeah, you have a great community. Vlad has a great community. Like, I mean, Ghost Shepherd has a great community. I'm blessed to be able to connect with like a bunch of other people that are like really good. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do for Vlad too with his character. Because he saw me when I was first starting out streaming. He saw me working on the plane. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and like asked me if I did characters or whatever. And then he's like, "Would you mind working on my character or like being able to translate the character into 3D?" And I'm like, "Hey, well, I'm." I showed him the Luigi character, and I was like, I can kind of do it, but like, there's no guarantees that it's gonna look right. I'm not really that big of a character artist. Like, I like playing around with stuff like this and like trying to get it to look realistic, but um, I didn't think I would actually get it this nice. And then I ended up using it in Luigi and like tweaked it so that it looked a little less realistic on the character itself. I do, I do. I but I surprise myself. Like, I like surprising myself. Like, I'll try something and then it'll turn out better than I expected, and I'll be like, "Damn, that was pretty good. I want to do that again." It was fun to work on. So, like, I'll surprise myself a lot of times. Like, the plane is turning out a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know if you saw that too. Um, oh, here's another one that I was working on. It's a bike that I'm building. It's based on an actual motorcycle. No, it doesn't blink yet. No, I haven't even put eyelids on them yet. I haven't rigged anything on the face or anything like that. Uh, I tried putting eyelids on them, but it looked kind of weird. So I'd have to go back and like work on that some more. But this is based on like an actual motorcycle. It's called a Kenzo. It's a rebuild of a Honda GL 1000, a 1977 Honda GL 1000, and they completely rebuilt the body, kept the engine mostly the same, changed the exhaust, um, and it's made to look like samurai armor basically. But I was trying to recreate that also, and I was working on this before I actually started working on the plane. Hell yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Let me see. This, yeah, that's the most recent one. So this is my plane that I put into Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that I've been working on stream. And I've rigged up a bunch of stuff for it. The textures aren't gonna load. That sucks. I moved stuff around, so like now it doesn't know where the textures are at. Let me see. Pre-made facial expressions, nice. Oh yeah. I'll definitely have to look into that. Alright, here, I'll just undo the textures because I have painted textures that I made for it. Hold on a second, it looks a little weird right now, but why is it not showing up? Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. That was the last one that I baked out, so that's why it looks like that. So if I go here, sorry, this takes a lot of processing. This is using a layer system that I found. To paint everything on, so it has to like calculate all the nodes for the layer system. So it's like this whole fucking thing. And it's on like each part of it, but yeah, this is the actual plane. And I have it animated, so like the wings fold out, landing gear comes down. Yeah. And then even in the cockpit, this stuff is animated too. So like the levers and stuff are all set to different animations. And it's non-linear animation, so when it goes into the sim, it pulls the different animations for each thing. So it looks like it's just going one way, basically, for like the throttle or the yoke and stuff, but it's actually doing more than that in the actual sim. And then like the switches too, they like pop back and forth. I haven't textured any of the inside of it yet either, so like all of that is just base material stuff. Yeah, this is called mask tools for Blender. I had to buy it. It's like $30, but it was so worth it. It made painting on the textures and the bump maps and stuff like that so much easier. He even has like a little tutorial that shows you how to do some of this stuff, and he kind of walks you through it and stuff. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, getting it into the sim and like getting everything working is tricky, but like once it's in there, it it's so much fun to play with. Like I spend more time actually playing with the plane than uh, adding stuff to it now. And now that I've gotten like the textures and stuff in there, I'll sit there and just play with the plane for hours, and I'm like, shit, I need to work. Like this is not good. I'm wasting time. I can show it to you in the sim too, real quick. I can load it up if you want to see it. Like see it actually fly. I know you're trying to get to sleep, but I can load it up real quick just so you can see it. Crank up the fans and stuff real quick. But yeah, this is the stuff that I'm used to doing. Is the like prop modeling or vehicle modeling, that kind of stuff. And this is the first one that I've actually like fully dived all the way into and like created like all the little bits and pieces and animated everything. Okay. Yeah, it's loading up right now. I'm glad you like it, dude. That's that's motivation to keep working on it. Let me see, this thing's kind of out of whack too. There we go. All right, let me see. Hopefully there's no update. That 3D space, hell yeah. Oh, there's another uh, streamer that does that, or two streamers actually. They stream together. Doig and Swift, they're animators also. They also do like like a comic strip type of thing on stream that they're currently illustrating. But they have the same setup. It's like with like little cute characters and stuff, and they kind of run around in like this little 3D space. I like watching their stream too. It's fun. Let me see. Uh, I know I'm not supposed to be like mentioning other streamers and stuff like that, but these guys are awesome. I'll just turn on their stream whenever they're on and just like sit and watch the stuff that they're doing. It's so cool. But it's something similar to that. It's not the same as what you're doing because theirs is like more of like a cartoony style. But yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like have like a little 3D space and like have it interactive to where whenever you put in a command in the chat or something like that, it actually activates something in the little 3D space. That would be freaking awesome. Fulfillment. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like chase any clout or anything like that, or claim that I know them or anything. I like their stream. They're really cool. They they do some really cool stuff. And they have a really good community too. But they have like little commands and stuff like that set up on theirs too, where like whenever you purchase bits or something like that for certain things, like it'll actually show up in their little world. But I hadn't heard of Fulfillment. I'll have to I'll have to check her out and see what she does. That sounds pretty cool. All right. Now should be able to load in. It's selected. Go somewhere like New Dublin. So I think it's light. Yeah, it's just morning there. That's cool. That's awesome. Especially Unreal Engine 5. That's freaking cool. Because UE5 does like some amazing stuff. Like super high poly counts and stuff like that are like no problem at all. See, and I have the rain on the windshield and everything. I have it set up with a texture. If my friggin' controller will. I don't know if my controller's gonna work. And there's some weird texture issues, but just ignore that. But like I have some of the switches set already, like the parking brake. Yeah, go ahead. It should let you. I'm pretty sure I turned off any issues with the links and stuff. But like I can put up the landing gear so that when I take off it automatically goes up. I can also switch the batteries off and the avionics, so it turns the screen off and like autopilot and all that. I can actually push the throttle up too on both engines, turn off the parking brake, and I don't have my controller hooked up, so it's gonna act a little weird, but it takes off fairly smooth. And then stick it in autopilot. And this is the outside of it. And I actually have it set up to have the pilot inside there too. I don't know why it's not doing the controller though. Yeah, it's not picking up on the controller. Let's see if I turn it off. Because I have a bunch of stuff mapped to my controller so I can control it easier. And it's still not picking it up. Okay, hold on a second. Let me reload it real quick. Oh, nice. That's fucking cool. That's awesome. That is cool. That is really cool. That's awesome. Couldn't crash her. That's freaking awesome. They just kept spawning stuff and they just wouldn't do it. That's awesome. That's cool. I'll definitely have to check her out when she's online. That looks like some cool stuff. That full body motion capture, that's awesome. And if that's just using a camera, that's even cooler. I don't know if she uses like the trackballs or whatever, but that's freaking awesome. Has she done that yet? Has she done like a full walkthrough of it yet? Ten trackers. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna see if I have it loaded back up. I'm gonna see if the controller will work now. Because it flies really well too. Like, I have a lot of fun flying this thing. Okay. The only like full body suit that's really good that I've seen, um, like actual mocap suit, is the Xsense mocap suit, and it's kind of like an all-in-one thing. It doesn't require like trackers and stuff like that. You don't have to like be surrounded by cameras or anything, I don't think, but It's like all incorporated into the suit. But that thing's like $10,000. That was way too much. Like I was looking into it, and I even sent them an email and was asking like how much it would cost, and they're like, "Oh, it's $10,000 for the single suit." I was like, "Woo." Yeah, it's pricey, like really pricey. I was like, I'm not balling like that yet. I would like to have something like that for my studio, but right now that would be way too much. I'm just gonna turn some stuff off because this keeps turning on every time I load my plane. Auto trim no. Controller sensitivity will work. Controls. Alright, shows wireless controller, so I should be good. Go back to Dublin. Oh yeah, if she's like a Twitch developer, that's and she's like above partner and affiliate and all that, then yeah, she's probably able to afford it. I don't want to assume because I don't know people's checks and stuff, but I feel like she's making a good bit of money. Okay, so yeah, okay, I can move around now. Yeah. So now, like, if I take off the parking brake, it starts rolling forward, and then I can crank it up. Yeah, I feel like that too. Like I think she might be able to. And then I back it off a little bit. I love flying this thing. Like I have to tell myself to stop flying on it and like keep working on it so that I can release it. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's so fun to fly, and it maneuvers so well. It's like super smooth. And then there's a kicker to this. Um, I had to do a lot of tweaking to get it to work right so that it actually did it properly. But here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I go up to about 40,000 feet, I gotta get everything set up for it. And it only does it at 40,000 feet. Uh, because the air is thin enough up here where it'll actually go that fast. But it's based off of a plane from a 2005 movie called Stealth. And in the movie, the plane does Mach 4. So I wanted to make this plane do Mach 4. Alright, level it off. Put it in autopilot. Increase the altitude, hold to 40,000, just so it sits there. Or 41,000, probably better. have to go all the way up and then come back down. There we go. Now it'll level off. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So now it'll come back down to 40,000. But if you fold the wings in, which on the sim it basically acts like the flaps. It's gotta come back down because the sim's being weird, and like if I go above 45,000, it'll like slow down a lot, which is not what it used to do, but 41,000, it still at least does what I want it to do. So I'll bring it down a little bit. And you saw the speed just like jumped up as soon as I hit 44,000. Level it off around 41,000. And then it just picks up. Actually, here we'll get it to right there. Make sure it's an autopilot. Take the air brakes off and then just full throttle. And in the bottom left hand corner you'll see the speed just go way up. And that's in knots, like nautical miles per hour. So Mach 4 is about 2,667 nautical miles per hour. And it'll actually go beyond that. And it took a while to get it to do this and like still have it fly smoothly. And there's Mach 4. And it just keeps going. It does almost 3,000 knots. It'll level off at about 3,000. But it doesn't look like it's moving that fast because it's so high up. But it's cruising. Yeah, the speedometer can't keep up. It'll slow down. It's approaching 3,000 knots. Like I can actually slow it down to 1,000 knots and then just keep the sun in one place. Like no matter which direction I fly. I mean, no, well, okay, if I fly west, it'll keep the sun in the same place. If I fly east, then it'll go down a lot faster, but you get the idea. Like I can keep flying west and just have the sun sit right there the whole time. Since it's flying east right now, though, it'll probably go a lot faster the other direction. Yeah, exactly. And knots are roughly similar to miles per hour, roughly. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. But yeah, it'll just cruise like this. And it's nice and smooth. You can just sit here and fucking sightsee. I mean, there's nothing to look at now, but you get the idea. Not only that, you can Yeah, until the fuel runs out. I've been trying to tweak that too. I've been trying to get it to where it's fairly fuel efficient, but still somewhat realistic. Um, this is actual touchscreen too. If I can get it to work. But you can set up a flight plan inside the plane, like while it's doing Mach 4. I can tell it, like, I want to go to, like, I started out in Dublin, so EIDW is the origin. And I just, like, zip past that fucking plane. And then I can set the destination to something like JFK, I guess. Would be a close one. Fairly close. Damn it. It's a little buggy though. Okay. Come on, enter. There we go. And it'll actually follow the GPS even while it's doing Mach 4, which is awesome. Takes a second for it to load in. Set this up to GPS. Wind direction. Okay, so now that it's loaded in, I tell it to follow the GPS. I might have to slow down if it needs to turn around. Yeah, it does. So if I slow it down with the air brakes, it'll start turning back the other way. It's got to slow down quite a bit though. But yeah, it takes a little while for it to turn around, so I'll help it a little bit. There we go. I'll level back off. Yeah, exactly. It maneuvers so well though. Like I slowed it way down to like 500 knots to be able to turn it though, because like trying to turn it this speed or higher would be it'll start like wobbling all over the place. It can't handle it. So I hit the air brakes and then it drops like all the way down to like 500. Makes it like really easy to turn. Because 500 is actually like the optimal speed to maneuver at. Because it's still going fast, but it's able to do like tight corners and stuff like that. And then if I just leave it like this, going like 3,000 knots towards JFK, Okay, it'd probably reach there in about 30 minutes. Roughly 30 minutes. From like Dublin, Ireland. And you can see up in the top left hand corner. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not. It shows the GPS distance from JFK, and it's literally doing a nautical mile per second. It's just counting off nautical miles per second. So it's covering a whole nautical mile in a second, doing 3,000 knots, which is crazy. That's actually faster than the fastest bullet that we have. Because the fastest bullet does like 1,800 miles per hour. And that's like a 50 cal bullet. Because it covers like almost 2 miles. Yeah, it is. That's faster than missile speed. If I was to launch a missile, it would drop back behind me. It wouldn't even be able to keep up. Same with the bullets. If I was to shoot bullets at this speed, they wouldn't keep up. They would just fly backwards. They'd probably hit the freaking engine or something. Because as soon as it came out of the fucking gun, if it was even able to come out of the gun at this speed, then it would just fly straight back. And it would probably damage something. I wouldn't even be able to shoot anything at this speed. Which honestly, at this speed, you wouldn't need to shoot anything. You're faster than anything else on the planet, so there's really no need to. There's also no need to maneuver at this speed because like something else would have to be able to go the same speed just to catch up. So I mean, it works. There's really no need to maneuver at this speed. You just point it in the direction you want to go, and it's like a laser. Like it just goes. And I wanna try and get this done before they release the Maverick update, which has all the like the Top Gun military planes and stuff. Oh yeah, it goes faster than the fucking SR-71. It is. It's literally a ghost. Like by the time you see it, it's gone. It's ridiculous. And it took a while to get it like this smooth to where it's flying at this speed without it like wobbling all over the place too. That was not easy. I mean, it's smooth enough to where I can just look out and sightsee. If there's anything to look at. That's what I love about this plane, though, is that it's just raw friggin' power. But it still has maneuverability and takes off and lands nice and smooth. So, like, I can't wait to release this thing. And it'll be free. I'm not going to charge anything for this. I'll make a plane later that I'm going to charge for, but this will be my first plane, and it'll be freeware. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I like flying it in the sim, and like I'll go and fly with other like flight simmers and stuff, but I have to like slow way down to like not overdo it and not be that guy that just zips past. And it actually maneuvers better at slower speeds too. I just can't go too slow or it'll just drop out of the sky. It has to be doing at least like 200 knots for it to stay in the air. So like the smaller planes and stuff, it's too fast for. But the bigger planes, like the passenger jets and stuff, they get up to like 300 knots and stuff. So it can stay flying with them and like follow a flight path and stuff. I love this thing though. I need to hurry up and finish it so I can actually release it. I still need to figure out what to do with this bottom right hand screen. I don't know what to put in there. I don't know what would work. And it has a weather radar too that I got from the 787. But I have to slow way down for that to work too. The radar can't keep up either. I can also do the full screen flight too. I also don't have like the gauges and stuff in here either yet. I can't wait to get this interior textured. And I want to set up like all the switches to do something, like the lights, the fuel pumps, all that stuff. Yeah, they'll like I probably wouldn't even show up on a radar in this plane if I was going this fast. Is my B right back? It is. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, like, and the yoke and stuff moves too. I just sent it all out of whack because it's going faster than a bullet, but it levels out nicely. The autopilot is strict. Oh no, sorry. I closed out the VCam thing that I had. Where's it at? Okay, there it goes. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get this thing out. Right now I'm working on Vlad's character, but as soon as I'm done working on his character, I'll probably go back to this if I don't have any other requests for like jobs or anything to do. Because I'd like to try and get it out before spring or summer, because that's when the Maverick update's supposed to hit. Yeah, I looked at both of her videos that you sent me. I looked at both of them. I definitely want to see her other stuff. I'll be looking at that when I get off. Did you want me to play it on stream or no? definitely be looking at her other stuff though. Like that's cool as hell. I wanna know how she did that. Okay, hold on. Did I not have my camera on when I looked at it? I thought I did. Unless it was on the be right back thing. View right, okay. Oh, okay. Alright, hold on. Let me pull it up. Um, loading a browser thing real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, window capture. That's right. Browser. Alright, let me see. Bring it down. And I can play it. That's really cool. I like that. I'm really curious how she did that. Or what software she's using. It's so cool. I love that. Where's the other one? Let me see. That's cool too. Okay. I'll skip ahead a little bit. That's funny. She's having to get closer to the camera. Jesus. Wow. That's hilarious. Wow. Yeah, dude, Unreal 5 does like crazy poly counts. Like billions of polys. That's awesome. Oh yeah. So just like a quick one that doesn't cost anything that freaking they can just spam the hell out of. What does that say? 22,000 fucking. Did it? Did it freeze? There it goes. I love when it does that too. Like it just spawns stuff in. Damn. This is great. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they lay on the ground and like clutter up. That's awesome. So you want to do something similar with like the desk and stuff, or like the office. Oh, excuse me. That's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. I feel that. Like, it's just like a simple little office setup. Yeah, it's still flying. It's not going full speed though. Where's my. There we go. I had to slow it down when I recovered it. It just goes. That's what I'm saying is yeah, exactly. Sunday cruising. It just goes, dude. Like I point it in the direction that I want to go, or I set up a flight plan and then just let it fly. If it's straight, if it's a straight path to where I'm going, and it doesn't have to make any turns, just like where I just set it up to where it goes straight to JFK right now, and nowhere else, then I can do full speed all the way there, and then just slow it down when it gets close to it, and then land. And it's almost perfectly lined up with the GPS right now, also. That might have been because it was only doing 700 knots, but it's trying to adjust to stay on course. But if it has multiple different directions, like if it goes to one place and then changes direction to go another place, I have to slow it down, let it turn, and then once it's facing the direction that it's going to be going, then I speed it back up. And I can do like around the world, and like doing it that way I can hit different points all the way around the world in like 11 hours, which is insanely fast. Because I think just going from LA to like Tokyo is like a 16-hour flight across the Pacific, I believe. I looked it up one time. I don't remember what it was exactly. But just going from LA to Tokyo in like a passenger jet is like a 16-hour flight. And this plane goes all the way around the world in 11 hours, which is, that gives you some idea of how fast it's going. Yeah, exactly. So like I could go all the way around the world in the time it takes them to fly to Tokyo, and like already landed, be chilling there for like another 5 hours before they land. It's just insanely fast. I haven't done one where I actually stop at those points yet, though. Like I'm gonna have to try that. Like have it slow down, actually land at the airport, and then take off again from the airport, and then see how long that takes. And if I can get the fuel tweak to where it's more realistic, because right now it's not using any fuel. I have it set to unlimited. So if I tweak the fuel and get it working to where it's more realistic, not completely realistic, because this is like a near future plane, so it would be more fuel efficient, I guess. Because it's supposed to be able to fly for like 16 hours or something like that, just on the fuel that it has, because it goes pretty far in the movie. Then I'll try like doing the flight path around the world and actually stopping at the airports and refueling, and then go back up again and see how long that takes. But see, it keeps like going left and right, trying to adjust to the GPS. And it used to be, before they did the most recent update on the flight sim, I could get up to like 70,000 feet, and it would do like 20,000 knots, which is just ridiculous. It's like Mach 8 or something like that, or higher. I don't remember what it was. It's like Mach 10 or something. But now, after this recent update, I can't go above 44,000 feet without it slowing way down. Yeah, he wouldn't. He would be done for. That inertia would just, he would just be a puddle inside. The freaking, I don't know, because the, up at that height, there's less air pressure. So, I don't know if it could go that fast, but it could go pretty fast if it was up that high. Yeah, pilot paste. the the International Space Station flies at like 200,000 something feet above the Earth, and it does like 17,000 miles per hour. And this can go. It used to be able to go all the way up to 200,000 feet, and it was doing like 50,000 knots and like still climbing, which is unrealistic. I mean, it would not be able to be up that high and still go at that speed because there's just no air for it to burn fuel. So I'd have to like work out some way that it had like it could switch to like vacuum engines or something just to make it like more believable. Yeah, less oxygen, less fuel to burn. So it's unrealistic. So I'm not too mad that it limited limited me to like 40,000 feet. That's not an issue because it still does what I want it to do. If it went any lower and I couldn't have it flying at Mach 4, then it would kind of ruin the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. Rocket fuel with extra boosters and stuff. Or like make the I don't know if I can. Yeah, here we go. Either that or make the center part of the engine the vacuum engine, and then just have the ones on the around the outside of it the actual flight engines. Could potentially do that, and then have it like switch over to a different color of like fuel burn to show that it's actually using a different engine. Somehow, I don't know how to do that yet, but something along those lines. I love this thing though, man. I have to tell myself to stop playing with it. Yeah, no helmet. They don't have the. I don't think they have the fighter pilot uh, pilots yet, like with the full flight suit and everything. Once they do, then I can switch it over to that. But I don't think they have it yet because they haven't released all their military aircraft yet. And I think once they do that, they'll be releasing the new pilot avatars too. And then once they do that, I can switch my guy to look more like an actual like military pilot. But right now, it's like a casual, just in a jacket and a ball cap, just chilling, taking a nice cruise. So great. Yeah, I want to make my own. I don't know how to put it into the sim yet though, because I would make one that looks just like the one from the actual movie. It doesn't not necessarily look just like the actors, but like the flight suit would look the same. Because they have it. They have. I actually made the seat belts on the back to where they could snap into the actual flight suit like it does in the movie, because they're actually like strapped to the seat, and they just click in like right at the shoulders. No flying Luigi paste. I thought about that too, putting Luigi in there. I completely that was gonna be my, once I figured out how to put a character in there, that was gonna be my first character to put in there, was Luigi. I thought that would be pretty funny. I have to figure out how to do it first. I don't know what the protocol is for that. But for right now, it's just using like the default, one of the default pilots. Just out flying around in his glider. His 3,000 knot glider. And it also has the guns too. I don't know if they'll ever turn those on, but if they do, I'll try and figure out how to make it shoot too. And then maybe like it has a section right here for the missiles. I was gonna make a little bay for that too, but I don't know if they'll ever do that in Microsoft Flight Sim. I know DCS does it, but I don't know if Microsoft Flight Simulator will ever do that. All right, yeah, man, definitely. No problem, dude. I appreciate you coming by. Anything I can help with, I'll definitely try and help with. And then once you get it set up, if you want to tweak anything, let me know. That's fine. I'm getting ready to hop off too. I'm almost at like 3.5 hours here. So I need to get some sleep too. But yeah, I appreciate you coming by, man. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, she should actually be on soon, if I'm not mistaken. She streams pretty early. Yeah, she's not on yet. But she streams at like, for me, she streams at like 7:30, something like that, Mountain Time. I'm not sure what time zone you're on, but if you can calculate that. But she's actually like over in Lithuania, so she's on like a different time schedule. I think that's like closer to evening for her. But yeah, definitely check her out, man. She's really cool. She does some really cool stuff. And I will check out the one that you showed me, because that's some awesome shit. Especially streaming straight from like UE5. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'll catch you later, man. I'm gonna go get some sleep too. I'm gonna hop off. I appreciate you coming by again. And I'll catch you guys later.